YouTuber Studios in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. It is the Restaurant Renegade and the Halloween live stream. And now here's your host, the YouTuber. Thank you and welcome everybody. We are a little bit early for this Halloween live stream, but we're doing it on my channel. We may or may not do another one with Daniel, depending upon how we want to work things tonight. When I have Daniel Voiles, aka Pizza Hedgehog, over. But we decided to do this one instead, and hold on, let me make sure something here before I continue on. Let's see here. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Okay, just making sure on what, making sure on some stuff here before we continue on with our show. So let me, alright, we're back to being both microphone and microphone audio, and you see stuff on the screen. The camera went off there for a little bit and had the blue in the camera and thing with the circle of the lantern and the bouncing smiles. So that was not a technical difficulty. I just had to check on something on my PlayStation. But so we're doing this. We're going to be talking about. We're going to take. Drop that. We'll pick up the Madden NFL tomorrow, and then we'll have some next week as well. So we are going to be doing that, and we're doing stuff else today. So I was like, do I want to do a stream today on this? And I thought, yeah, I am. I'm going to do one anyways, because I was like, you know, if we do something, it'll be on his channel, and don't know if we're gonna do anything or not. And like we have in the past, because Google Hangouts, you know, it's gone away, so this is one of the ways we can do it. So we are going to talk some sports news. Let's start by talking about, first of all, I want to say hopefully everybody's having a good day. I know I am on this Halloween of 2019. Cold day here where I am, but sunny. And it's going to be a cold night as well where I am. Hopefully everybody will dress their kids warmly when they take them out trick-or-treating tonight. Those people who take their kids trick-or-treating, hopefully they are dressed warmly if needed to be. So let's talk about the games coming up today and tomorrow in the NFL. Or sorry, this weekend, NFL today and Sunday, and then of course wrapping things up on Monday, as well as I'll make my predictions on this video as well. We are getting ready for this, and it should be a good one here. So let's talk NFL football first off. Today's game is the Cardinals and the 49ers, so it's the 3-4-1 versus the 7-0 team. That's at 7:20 Central Time on Fox. Then the games on Sunday will be the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. They'll be in Kansas City at noon on Fox. Over on Fox at 3:05 is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Seattle Seahawks. But before any of those games get going, we have a game at 8:30 in the morning, only on the NFL Network and on Yahoo Sports, from London, between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Houston Texans. Also, some of the later on afternoon games, you have the Denver Broncos taking on the Cleveland Browns in Denver. That's over on CBS. Also on CBS, it's the Chargers and the Packers. On Fox at noon is the Buffalo Bills taking on the Washington Redskins in Buffalo. And then the New York Jets take on the Miami Dolphins on CBS at noon. That is between the 1-6 Jets and the 0-7 Dolphins. Dolphins are coming off a loss 27-14 to the 27-14 to the Steelers last Monday night, just a couple or so days ago, to end week 8 of the week 8 of the NFL season. We are going into week 9 this week. This is the beginning of week 9 tonight. And then over also on at noon on Fox is the Bears and the Eagles. The Bears are 3-4, Eagles are 4-4. And then the Pittsburgh Steelers look to get a second win on the year. Third win under Mason Rudolph. First win Mason Rudolph. Should the Pittsburgh Steelers get the win on Sunday, Mason Rudolph would get his first win on a Sunday. Both of his wins have come on a Monday night. And then it's the Tennessee Titans taking on the Carolina Panthers at noon on CBS. The Detroit Lions takes on the Oakland Raiders, soon to be the Las Vegas Raiders. That'll be at 3:05 Central Time. Against the that's on Fox. And then Sunday Night Football, it's the Ravens taking on the Patriots. And then on Monday Night Football, it's the New York Giants hosting the Dallas Cowboys on the ESPN. Those are the games for the NFL this week. Also, in the American Football Conference, the AFC East, the Patriots are at top of the NFC East with an 8-0 record, 4-0 at home, 4-0 on the road, 4-0 in division, 6-0 in conference, with an 8-game winning streak coming. Hopefully they can send that to 9 games. Bills are in second place in the AFC East with a 5-2 record. 2-2 at home, 3-0 on the road, 2-1 in division, and 4-1 in conference, with them also needing to snap some bad luck and avoid a losing streak. They are coming off of a loss. And then the Jets, they're 1-6, 1-3 at home, 0-3 on the road, 0-3 in the division, 0-5 on the conference, and have a 2-game losing streak. Then the Dolphins at the bottom of the the AFC East, with an 0-7 record, 0-4 at home, 0-3 on the road, 0-2 in division, and 0-5 in conference, with a 7-game losing streak. Looking to get their first win on the year in the AFC North. Baltimore is at the top of the AFC North with a 5-2 record, 2-1 at home, 3-1 on the road, 2-1 in division, and 3-2 in conference, with a 3-game winning streak. The Pittsburgh Steelers are 3-4, 2-2 at home, 1-2 on the road, and 1-1 in division, and 3-2 in conference. They have a 2-game winning streak. And then the Browns are next in sitting at third in the division of the AFC North. 2-5 record, 0-3 at home, 2-2 on the road, 1-0 in division, and 2-2 in conference, with a 3-game losing streak. That win that the Browns got in the division, I think, was against Steelers, I think. No, it was against the it was against the Ravens. And then the Bengals are at the bottom of the AFC. Hold on 1 second. Alright, somebody was trying to call me on. Had messaged him saying couldn't talk. So going back to that, the Bengals are at the bottom of the AFC North with an 0-8 record. 0-3 at home, 0-5 on the road, 0-2 in division, and 0-4 in conference. In the AFC South, it's the Chiefs with a 5-3 record, 1-3, 4-0, 2-0, and 4-2. That's home, away, division, and conference. Raiders are 3-4, 2-1, 1-3, 1-1, and 2-2. Same order as I said for Kansas City and for every team I mentioned. We're just gonna do that from here until the end of this portion of the show because it is easier for me to say. And then the Chargers 3-5, 1-3, 2-2, 0-1, and 2-4. Then the Broncos are at the bottom, 2-6, 1-3, 1-2, 2-4, and then at the top of the NFC East is Cowboys 4-3, 3-1, 1-2, 3-0, and 3-2. So they have not lost a game in division. And then the Eagles 4-4, 2-1, 3-2, and 1-1 and 2-4. The Giants 2-6, 1-3, 1-3, 1-1, 2-4. And the Redskins 1-7, 0-4, 1-3, 0-3, and 0-6. Packers at the top of the NFC North, NFC North. 7-1, Minnesota 6-2. Next up in the NFC North, and then in third in the NFC North is the Lions with a 3-3 record. But at the bottom of the NFC North, it is the Bears with a 3-4 record. And in the NFC South, it goes New Orleans at the top, Carolina at the bottom, Tampa Bay Buccaneers next, and the Atlanta Falcons at the bottom. New Orleans is 7-1, Carolina is 4-3, Tampa Bay is 2-5, Atlanta is 1-7, and then San Francisco 49ers is the only left undefeated team outside of the Patriots. So one NFC team left undefeated and one AFC team left undefeated. And then both teams are 7-0. Seattle 6-2. Rams 5-3. Cardinals 3-4 with one tie. It's too early to talk about the playoffs, but if you're talking about the American League Conference, it goes Patriots, Colts, Ravens, Chiefs, Bills, Texans, Jaguars, Titans, Steelers, and Raiders at the top 10. Chargers, Browns, Broncos, Jets, Bengals, and Dolphins round out the rest of the top 16. Note that, where was it? The Indianapolis Colts wins tiebreaker over Baltimore based on best win percentage in conference games. The Jaguars wins tiebreaker over the Tennessee based on head-to-head win percentage. And then the Steelers wins over Oakland, wins the tiebreaker over Oakland based on best wins percentage in conference games. And then the Bengals wins the tiebreaker over the Miami Dolphins based on strength of schedule. in the NFC as a whole, for terms of playoffs, San Francisco, New Orleans, Green Bay, Dallas, and Seattle make up the top 5. Minnesota, Los Angeles Rams, Carolina Panthers, Detroit Lions, and Philadelphia Eagles round out the rest of the top 10. Outside the top 10, but the rest of the top 16 are Cardinals, then the Bears, then the Buccaneers, then the Giants, then the Falcons, and then the Redskins. Standings are updated with the completion of each game. And in the NFC, the Saints win a tiebreaker over Green Bay based on best win percentage in conference games. Seattle wins tiebreaker over Minnesota based on best win percentage in conference games. The Detroit Lions wins the tiebreaker over the Philadelphia based on head-to-head win percentage. And then Atlanta wins tiebreaker over Washington based on best win percentage in conference games. Cowboys lead the division because they have not lost a game in the division thus far. Now moving on to I know we haven't done this, but we'll do this now. Let's pause 10 seconds for our stations to identify themselves. You're listening to the Russia Renegade and Halloween live stream on the YouTuber Radio and Television Network. And welcome back, everybody. Here we are going to talk about a couple more topics, and then we will wrap things up in the show today. It's only a half-hour show today. Let's talk college football. Next week on Tuesday is the first release of the the NCAA Football College Football Playoff Rankings show. So let's look at the AP poll. This is the final time that we'll be using the AP poll for the rankings. From here on out, they will be using the College Football Playoff Rankings top 25. So at the top 4 in the first 4 in, LSU at number 1, Alabama at number 2, Ohio State at 3, Clemson at 4, and that's top 4. Penn State at 5, Florida at 6, Oregon at 7, Georgia at 8, Utah at 9, Oklahoma at 10, Auburn at 11, Baylor at 12, Minnesota at 13, Michigan at 14, SMU at 15, Notre Dame at 16, Cincinnati at 17, Wisconsin 18, Iowa at 19, App State at 20, 21, Boise State, Kansas State at 22, Wake Forest at 23, Memphis at 24, and San Diego State at 25. What throws me for a loop is Appalachian State undefeated, 7-0, but yet they are below a 6-2 Wisconsin team. Wow. And then Baylor, who is in Minnesota, who are both undefeated, 7-0, 8-0. The only reason why one is 7-0, the other is 8-0, is a bye week, an off week, an open date. They had an off week, a bye week, in their sorry about that, my thing came unplugged. And I dropped my controller. So, and then the coaches polls: Alabama, LSU, Clemson, Ohio State, Penn State, Florida, Georgia, Oregon, then Oklahoma, then Utah, then Baylor, then Auburn, then Minnesota, then SMU, Michigan, Notre Dame, Wisconsin, Cincinnati, Ohio, App State, Boise State, Wake Forest, Memphis, Texas, and Kansas State. But what they're using right now is the AP Top 25. Coming up today in the college football, it is Wake Forest and Baylor, and then Georgia Southern and App State. And then we have Saturday, November 2nd, you have Michigan at Maryland, NC State at Wake Forest, Virginia Tech at Notre Dame, Georgia at Florida, Kansas State at Kansas, Wofford at Clemson, Utah at Washington, Ole Miss at Auburn, Cincinnati at ECU, SMU at Memphis, and then Oregon at USC, and Boise State at San Jose State. That's the top 25 matchups coming up in college football. So, that is the top 25 rankings for the AP poll and the top 25 matchups for this weekend. This is all off of the ESPN app. So that about does it for this show for today. Until tomorrow for the final Rush Hour Renegade show of the week. And this is for the week, and also for the final Rush Hour Renegade on live stream of October, since this is the last day of October. This is the final live stream and Rush Hour Renegade of October for 2019. Can you believe it? We are after a day. We'll be into November. So we only have November and December to go of the months of the Rush Hour Renegade, and then we will have another year in the books, of the Rush Hour Renegade. It started out as a YouTuber show, and then it transitioned into the Rush Hour Renegade, and is what it will be from here on out, as known as the Rush Hour Renegade. So that'll about do it for me. I am the YouTuber for people in our PSRSRA Blue Hedgehog and YouTuber studios back in War Acres, Oklahoma. Daniel Boyles, for our statistician Caleb Hobbs. I'm YouTuber, sign off until next time. You have been watching a YouTuber Studios production of the Rush Hour Renegade and Halloween live stream on the YouTuber channel on YouTube and the YouTuber radio and television network. So until tomorrow for the for the next episode of Rush Hour Renegade. Have a great day and afternoon and evening, and be safe on this Halloween. And next time we see and broadcast will be in November. For the one last time in October, this has been the YouTuber. Sign off until tomorrow for the 1st of November. Keep on YouTubing, and we'll see you all tomorrow. Be safe, and keep on YouTubing. This has been a YouTuber Studios production.